Salman, guys. So yesterday I did a video about things that you can do to actually lower the chances of breaking up in a relationship. And I know I spoke about hate, but I was essentially just talking about there's things that you can do that your partner values in a relationship that can actually just put you guys both in a good state, and lower the risk of breaking up. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed, but there's certain things that you can do. And I looked at the bottom when I read the comments, just trying to respond, and there's one comment from Tsepo Shibambu. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And let me actually just read the comment because it really did hit me. So he says, "Except my brother Penson, I love your content, advices, and messages that you give out, bro. Shout out, bro. Thank you so much for the kind words." Then he says, "I just need one advice from you, dog. What should one do if they find themselves in a relationship where y'all don't have time for each other anymore, where there's too many lies being told, but the love is still there for each other, but the level of respect is low? Can you kindly advise one, bro, or please do a video on that issue?" So I responded, I was like, yes, it's such a painful one, and it's such an important topic that he's asked, and look, guys, let's just start it here. We've all lied in relationships. We've all lied. We've all been lied to, and it's fucking painful. It is so painful, and some of you guys will continue to lie, and I'll continue to lie. None of us are perfect, So let me just break it down from what he was trying to talk about, what he had asked, and I'll just give my 2 cents. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just giving it from my walk. So please don't crucify me. Rather just add points where you disagree, where you agree. So he starts off by asking Gote, what should you do when you don't find time for each other? Like that's a really, really hard one, because if you're in a loving relationship, you make time. We all have 24 hours in a day, but we prioritize the main things, So someone, if I told them that they don't have any time, and then within not having time, I say, drive half an hour to wherever, there's 1,000 rand waiting for you. They'll drive, they'll make time to drive half an hour to the one side. And, people that have no time, if I were to stab them in their thigh, they'll make time to go to the hospital, So you always realize, Uguti, when we say we don't have time, all we're saying is that I'm putting other priorities ahead of you, There's been many times where I've put work ahead of my kids, and there's been times where I put my kids ahead of work. It all just depends on the day and what I prioritize on the day. There's been times where I prioritize my own physical well-being, and I'm feeling sick, so I don't go to work. And there's times where I actually say, no, I'm going to prioritize myself and put myself first and actually sleep in, I don't know if I'm saying the same thing twice, but like you get what I'm trying to say. So it's priority. So when someone says they don't have time, what they're basically saying is that they're prioritizing other things above you. They're prioritizing sleep, they're prioritizing work, they're prioritizing A, B, C, D, E, they're prioritizing going to the gym. There's so many things. So I don't understand when you say you don't have time for each other anymore. That to me is a huge, huge, huge red flag. And if it's both of you not having time for each other, then he talks about the lies part. So the lies part is something where I'm on two sides of it, so many people lie, all of us lie actually, and we lie for multiple reasons. Sometimes we lie because we don't want to hurt you, we don't want to hurt your feelings. If someone says, hey, do I look fat in the jeans, like why do I need to hurt your feelings? I just like, hey, those jeans fit you kind of snug, hey, I don't have to go to my child when he shows me an ugly drawing for me to break, his confidence and say the drawing is ugly. So there's times where we lie to kind of protect the other person's ego. There's times where we lie where we know it'll cause harm. Who did this? Who did that? Hey, angaznam. Your mom walks into the room. Hey, who broke the vase? Hey, angaz. You lying and saying you don't know because you know what will happen should you say usibonelo or upalesa. You know what will happen. So you lie to protect others. And then the one that I I'm assuming you're talking about is lying because of your own selfish needs. You want to keep this girl, but at the same time you want to move how you want to move. You want to have your bread buttered on both sides. So where were you last night? Oh no, my stomach was sore. No, it wasn't so. You are out there with your boys drinking. No, your stomach wasn't so. You are with Tupales are doing whatever. No, it wasn't so. You were actually just sleeping in, didn't want to chill with her. So it's for your own selfish reasons. So we all lie, and a lot of it, in relationships is because we're so selfish and because we're so self-centered and we just want to focus on us. So we lie for that. I've been lied to so many times. I've been lied to from a professional point, from a relationship point, and it breaks you. I've been cognizant of how I move around when I find out of a lie, because there's a line where I've heard where it says, if you punish the truth, you're forcing someone to lie. So in a relationship sense, when someone does come and tell you things that you don't want to hear, when you do ask, hey, why didn't you come chill with me last night? And the person like, I'm so sorry, I was very tired, I just wanted to sleep. That's being honest. And if you then punish that person, say, how dare you forcing them that next time they lie. So again, if you go to a girl and you say, Siswami, or your girlfriend, what's your body count? And she says 20, and then you crucify her. Obviously it's natural because now you're in shock. Oh my God, you're 21, how do you have a body count of 20? Obviously that's a shock. So you might be very negative towards that. And when you do punish the truth, always be ready that the next time you're forcing that person to lie. So I've been put in many corners where when I've tried to be open and honest, I've been destroyed. Boom, boom, boom. I've seen people who have lied and achieved certain things, especially from a business point, especially from a relationship point, where you go to a girl and you're sincere and you say, I don't have a car, I don't have this, I don't financially, and you being fully sincere, and then you don't get the girl, and you get the girl to someone who was driving his mom's car with someone who had borrowed money from someone, and they're all pretending. So we put in corners where we lie. But again, within a relationship context, the moment we start lying, the lies start piling up, and it's just a matter of time until your house of cards come crumbling down. So again, you cannot build a relationship based on lies. The lies will come out. If there's one thing that I've realized in my millions of lies that I've told, the lies do come out. Or they come out when you least expect them. Or they will come out, fam. They will come out. They'll come out tomorrow, they'll come out next year, they might even come out in 10 years' time. But the lie will come out. So that child that's not yours, it's fine. I'll feed the child until the child turns 25, and then all of a sudden I need to donate blood, and boom, I realize it's not my child. In the deathbed, I'll find out. The truth always, from my experience, always comes out. And when it comes out, you're not in control of it, and it's like wildfire. So when they talk about too many lies, it's a very triggering and traumatic thing for me, again, because I've lied so many times, and I have been lied to so many times, from a romantic relationship to business, and it is very, very, let me hide these people's identity, Puppy Act. And it's a very, very painful thing when you're having to deal with those variables. And then he carries on and he says, but love is still there for each other. Yeah, there'll be love because you care about this person, especially if you put in a lot of time and effort. The sisters that I have been with in the past, I still care for them. I still greatly respect them, and I still love them. Like I wouldn't want any harm on them. If I were to find out that they had ICU, I would go and I'd go see them, and I'd pray for them, and I'd wish them health. So I still love them in that sense. But at the same time, I need to understand, Uti, there's love of that relationship sense, and there's love where you just care for someone. People that I've had a past with, I love them in a care sense, not love them in the sense where I'm willing to sacrifice myself like I used to do back in the past. No, no. That ship has definitely sailed. So be very, very cognizant when you talk about love. What type of love are we talking about? Do you love her in the sense that you're willing to take a bullet for her? Do you love her in the sense where you are willing to put her above all your other priorities? And if that's the love, then why is it that you don't make time for her? Or why is it that she doesn't make time for you? So again, be very cognizant when you speak of this word love. Let's not just translate ngiyakuthanda, because ngithanda ama-cream donuts as well. Then you say, but the level of respect is low. As a pensini, respect for me is a non-negotiable. I cannot be in a space where I feel disrespected, work-wise, business-wise, friendship-wise, romantic relationship-wise. If I feel disrespected, listen, I'm out. That's one thing that's not going to happen. So when you say the word disrespect, in a relationship, I won't have my partner shouting at me, raising a voice at me, swearing at me. That's not going to happen. You're not even going to joke like that. So that to me is a huge on how I am seen and presented in this world and how I present myself into the world. Not perfect. I'm not at all putting myself above anyone. What I'm trying to say is that while I'm going through my own challenges of life, now because you're going to disrespect me on top of that, that's not going to happen. I'd rather move out of that space and find myself with a person who really does care for isithunzi ngesingisi yini, someone who really cares about, I guess, my image, about my presence, someone who goes out there into the world and tries to upgrade and build me, and rather than someone who can just say and do whatever because they don't respect me. No. So I hope I've answered your comment. But please, if I've missed something, please just let me know in the comments. Guys, again, this is just my opinion. I know we've all been lied to. I know we've been hurt. I know we've been cheated on. I know there's so many things. We've been disrespected. We've been this and this and this. And it's so painful. And these are just the realities of relationships. And the fucked up thing is that no one teaches us how to move in this space. No one teaches us how to heal. No one teaches us how to deal with this trauma. Everybody just says, oh, deal with your trauma. How the fuck do I do that? I can't afford 1,500 for therapists. I can't afford fucking to go to India and eat, pray, love. So please, guys, can we just as a community come together and really hold each other's hands and guide each other and say, this is my lived experiences, this is what I tried, this is my lived experiences, this is what I tried, and hopefully, we'll pick up the tools in order to heal ourselves. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe, and have yourselves a phenomenal day. Sure.